military council to hand over power, give civilian administration. They believe say the military council na copy of toppled regime. German Chancellor Angela Merkel on Wednesday promised Burkina Faso and 4 other West African countries millions of euros for fresh German aid to help fight Bege for the region and support economic development. For the start of one 3-day visit to the region, Merkel promised Burkina Faso like 20 million euros for fresh aid, and he said Germany will send another 60 million, give the G5 Sahel group when Niger, Chad, Mali, and Mauritania day. Merkel when he say still plan to give German aid of 35 million euros to Niger. They say he won't put hand for private investment for area with German government support. The news will continue after this shaking break. Make una no go anywhere.
Ṣẹ́gun fún mi ó ṣe mo dúpẹ́ dúpẹ́. Gbogbo ilé lọ ti tó gíftì. Mo rí mo ikọ̀ tún ni. Mo sọ fún ẹ lójoojúmọ́ pé gbogbo tó ń ṣe fún mi ọmọ á ṣe fún ẹ nílọ́po. Abiyamọ ayé abiyamọ ọ̀run wọ́n súre fún mi. Ìbàjẹ́ kéré ó tóbi kò ní kún ẹ́. Ọmọ òní ní kò gbé tiwa kò ń gé jẹ. Ọmọ òní tí ẹ lọ síbi tó ò lérò. Ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé ẹ ò ní rí bi. Tí wọ́n bá ń pín wàhálà ìdààmú ò ní ẹni rówó rà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò ní kábàámọ̀. Èyí tó máa bá ṣe tó máa kó bá ìgbé ayé ẹ kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ rí wọ́n náà ní bá rí. Ọmọ adùn ẹnu àbùkù ò ní kàn ẹ́ o. Ayé ò ní rí ẹ mú o. Mo sọ fún ẹni tinútinú tó kù. Lọ́lá ọ̀nà méjèèjì tó kù nígbà yà ni. Mo súre fún ẹ, eré àmú ẹ. Abiyamọ ayé, abiyamọ ọ̀run, wọ́n súre fún ẹ. Ó yẹ sáré gbé bàbá wọlé, ó ti ṣú ara, ó ti tọ́ ara, kò ní jẹ́ tiẹ̀. Wọnú ògo tuntun lọ, Olúwaṣẹ́gun. Wọnú ògo tuntun lọ. Ó yá wọnú ògo tuntun lọ. Wọnú ògo tuntun. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi.
Mami, airtime yín kọ́.
Ṣé ìwọ ti rókò tó gbẹ̀rí? O ti rí ọ̀sà kó gbẹ̀rí? Kò lè gbẹ́ ń bì.
Àmímà.
Àwọn olè ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Lórí àtàwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi.
Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ó yá fi sí spíkà.
Wọ́n ń gbọ́ yín.
Ní ẹ̀bùn ńlá tọ́mú mi gbé wá fèmí yìí. Ọlọ́run á ràn yín lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀yin náà lè ṣerú ẹ̀ fáwọn.
Ẹ ṣàmì mo ti ṣàdúrà.
Get 10 times your recharge value to call and browse anyhow. Recharge with *220 star the pin hash to enjoy this offer. Available to new and existing subscribers.
Mr. Anansa, èmi ń gbàdúrà, ìwọ ń polówó ọjà, ìwọ náà gborí ẹ̀ wá kó wá gbàdúrà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, a dà fún ẹ. Ṣé orí bó ti ń tajà fẹ́ lòmíì? Àwọn máa sìn wọ́n náà, ìwọ náà àdìrúwà dìgbà, ayé àdára, ò ní dààmú.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Before Vice President Joe Biden joined call for Attorney General William Barr to resign because he don't lose the confidence of the nation. Biden talk his matter for one small group of reporters when they said that be dailymail.com after Barr delivered dramatic testimony for Washington where Democrats put mouth for the letter of the Mueller report. And the matter when they say concerning his own testimony when they say they won later when the special counsel right given. The before Vice President, when he late for the early Democratic presidential post, joined plenty of in presidential rival when he said the six say make Barr go. Biden comment come as Trump send out a fundraising email when he said the title stand with Bill Barr and attacking Democrats. They don't sentence WikiLeaks co-founder Julian Assange go 50 weeks for jail for London, the United Kingdom on Wednesday because he breached bail condition. They sentenced Assange because he breached in bail as he entered the Ecuadorian embassy 7 years when BC don't pass. Ahead of his sentence was at Walk Crown Court for South London. Assange begged for skipping bail for one later when the attorney Mark Summers railed. He say he see himself they struggle with some kind big matter and he do what he's supposed to do. He do a beg give those people when BC don't make verse for one South Walk Crown Court. Next one, now business news. The Minister of Science and Technology don't say Brodino Sweetan for the poor contribution of the nation industrial sector to the cross-domestic product of the economy. The Minister, Dr. Bonaya Onu, when we say talk for the commissioning of one resource center and raw material museum for the Raw Materials Research and Development Council for Abuja, say make the private sector take advantage of the available raw materials where the country so will take grow the industrial sector so that it will add value to the Nigerian economy.
The contribution of industrialization on the industrial sector, its contribution to our gross domestic product is still very low, relatively low. And the intention of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is to increase the contribution of the industrial sector to the gross domestic product because it has the potential of creating jobs and also generating wealth. People are fighting, poverty. We are calling on the organized private sector. Please come, take advantage of, the raw materials that are available in the country. Because we've been talking about backward integration. We've been saying, look, that we can't continue to import all the things that we import from outside, particularly the ones that are available.
Still ahead on Top Plus TV Africa News. This one our roundup of top entertainment and sport news with the show back no go anywhere.
This Medan has been directed to empower 1,000 persons with disabilities in each state in the next 12 months.
When I start hearing the shoot of gun.
Whatever I've done.
Every public policy has winners and losers, and some will not be very happy with you, while others, usually the silent majority, will be quite happy.
Jaden Smith will act as young Kanye inside the film Omniverse. Jaden is ready to play second reality version of Kanye West. Jaden is also one executive producer on top the series. Omniverse go examine different doors of understanding with season 1 where we go focus on the ego. West na executive producer on top the show and na first major push on top television with this. Scooter Brown go also act as one executive producer represented the media company SB Project. Lee Sung Jin, when we say popular for a work on Silicon Valley, go serve as both executive producer and writer. The half-hour series currently there for development on top Showtime and they never get released for the date. That one are for entertainment. The next one are for sport. Jurgen Klopp don't call Lionel Messi unstoppable after when he said the Barcelona forward scored 2 times twice for inside the 3-0 Champions League semi-final first leg win over Liverpool. That's why I say quiet for the majority of the game for Camp Nou. Messi scored 7-minute brace after when Luis Suarez opened on Wednesday to reach 600 goals for the club. Messi first goal na routine finish after the ball come back to him off the crossbar following Suarez effort. But the second goal na very delicious free kick from 30 yards out. Alright, so I want to thank you when join us on top this news. For more better information, make una follow us on Top Plus TV Africa for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And it go make sense if you subscribe for our YouTube page at Plus TV Africa. We'll see you last for inside this story them. Alright, so now for your group break, and my name na Promise Nero. I thank you when to join us. Stop this very o'clock. Make una get better day. Una well done.
Nigeria spends about $8 billion annually on the importation of vehicles. Although in the 1970s, passenger cars and commercial trucks were assembled in Nigeria, but this didn't last for a very long time, as production capacity in the capital-intensive plants began to drop drastically by late 1980s, leading to losses for the assembly plants. Commercial truck plants were even more affected, with market demand declining from 36,000 in 1977 to 14,440 by 1981. Another local assembly plant also saw its annual production drop from 29,300 in 1981 to less than 1,000 in 1989 and in 2005. The once booming sector, which created mass jobs and economic growth, was largely affected by corruption, epileptic power supply, government inconsistency, and a drop in oil prices. This led to an increase in importation of vehicles into the country. In a bid to reduce importation and boost local production, the government set an automotive policy in 2014. But this has not been very effective, as reports from the National Bureau of Statistics showed that Nigeria imported over 1.2 million new and used vehicles into the country between 2012 and 2017. Plus TV Africa spoke with local importer Mr. Kunle on the effects of this policy and prospects for growing the automobile industry in Nigeria.
Thank you for having us at yours. So how long have you been in the business of importation of vehicles, and how easy has it been for you?
I've been in the importation of cars for the past 15 years. And when I want to talk about being easy, bringing cars from abroad, it's been fine, but we still have a little challenge. First, we face the challenge of government, and we face the challenge of exchange rate as well. So these are the two challenges we have.
The National Bureau of Statistics said that from 2012 to 2017, Nigeria has imported that both new vehicles and Tokunbo vehicles, that's fairly used vehicles, we've imported over 1.2 million cars into the country. And then annually we spend $8 billion on an average, right, on importation of vehicles, which is very high. What would you say the reason for these high figures have been?
Nigeria don't produce car. If Nigeria produce car, I don't believe we'll be spending so much money on bringing car from other country to our country. So if Nigerian government can be able to produce Nigerian-made car, I believe bringing car from abroad will reduce.
And following the auto policy, which said that for new vehicles, the tariff on it would be 70%, and then the tariff on fairly used vehicles will be 35%. How did it affect your business? Did it affect your business